Hello my bunnies, it's Tiffy's Trinkets here, and today I have for you a new polymer clay tutorial. Today we're going to be making Pom Pom from My Singing Monsters. Here is the completed project, and I just have to say I think that she is absolutely adorable. Everything about her came out so darn cute. I did have to redo the eyes like 5 or 6 times, so you will notice there's a little bit of black shading around the eye, which if you do mess up the acrylic paint on anything, I just wait for it to dry and either peel it off, or if you're really impatient like I was, just take rubbing alcohol and some cotton swabs and wipe it off, but it's going to leave smears in some spots. But that's just if you're impatient like me. And before I get into it, I just want to mention that I accidentally made these parts of her hair slash head, these rubber band things, I guess is what they are, orange, so I had to paint them red. But if you want to go ahead beforehand, just go ahead and roll out 2 extra balls of orange clay and pause the video before we go into the next color so that you can make the little head pieces out of red. Not roll out 2 extra balls of orange, roll out 2 balls of red clay when you're doing the mouth. That way you can go ahead and make these red instead of having to actually paint them red like I did. I just had an oopsie, but that happens. Also, I painted her arms with orange stripes, and her legs with orange stripes, which she's supposed to look like that. And the texturing, might I add, came out amazing. The lines going down for the fur, you do a lot of multiple lines, and then long streaks for the hairlines, and then little dotted polka dot kind of things, over and over and over, little dot texture for the pom-poms themselves. She came out so perfect, and I'm so happy with her. I'm so happy with all the My Singing Monster sculptures, all of them that came out like super adorable to me. I mean, no, they're not perfect, but this is handmade. It's not going to be perfect. But I love them so much. And you know what? I never would have thought about making these if y'all didn't request it. I think I'll either put her name here that requested it or put it in the description below. Knowing me, it'll probably be in the description box below. I'll also link her channel like I usually do with most people, so y'all can check her channel out too if she has any content as well. And I would show you like all the sculptures together, but 3 of them have already sold. Both Noggin, Mammoth, and Toe Jammer have all sold already, and I'm super excited about that. Just mailed that out literally yesterday, which was Monday. Today is Tuesday, May something or other, because I don't keep up with the dates because I'm just a bad noodle. But yeah, I'm really excited how great they all came out. Hopefully this will be the last My Singing Monster thing for a while though. And next should be Kermit from the Muppet Babies. It was also requested by the same person. Again, she'll be linked in the description below. And then after that, I have a few other things in mind, but I'll leave that a secret for now, and you guys will see that when it happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. That's more than enough talking. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Whoosh. Alright, for this tutorial you're going to need the following colors: candy pink, regular red, regular white, and sweet potato orange is what I used. I went on ahead and pre-rolled all the pink balls that I would need. Sorry, that's my phone dinging. We're going to start with the large ball first. Sorry, I was looking at the text. I'm recording a video and I'm getting distracted on my own video. My bad. Then I rolled it into this very long worm-like shape to where it's a little bit more curved in the center. And then I pressed it against my work surface gently so the bottom would be flat and the top would be sticking up. I'm sorry. And then after that, I took a toothpick and stuck it in the bottom part for structure, just so it would stay up nice and erect. After that, I took these 2 small balls right here, and these are going to be the pom-poms or her hands, whatever you'd want to call it. And I took my texturing tool, which came from a $40 kit I got from Hobby Lobby, but you could just use a dotting tool and just dot them individually, but this is just a faster process. And I poked it over and over until it got this textured dotted texture kind of thing, which I was pretty happy with. Next, we're going to use these 2 small balls at the top and roll them into teardrop shapes, and then I just kind of curved them so that they would look more in action, just like how she looks in the game. Bless me, sorry y'all. And then I took my X-Acto blade and just indented the hairlines on it. Next, we're going to take these 2 pink balls at the bottom. I'm sorry for the distorted picture. You know how I am. Then I rolled them into these little log-like shapes. They're about 1 inch in length. And then I took my X-Acto blade and I'm just going to do streaks up and down over and over, small streaks, not long ones, to give it this fur kind of texture. Next we need some metal wire, so I just took 2 pieces of metal wire. Oh, not metal wire, I did toothpicks for these. My mistake. Toothpicks go in for the heads, for the hair and the legs. Whereas the arms I used metal wires because I needed to bend them, like so. I just used a reference picture to know the shape that I wanted. And then after that, I glued the metal wires and the toothpicks into the body just by dotting just a small bit on the end of the toothpicks and wires and putting them inside of her. Then after that, I took my dotting tool and poked 2 holes for her eye sockets. Next, I took a teeny tiny little pink ball of clay. This is going to be the top of her hair. I just forgot to include this ball earlier. Roll it into a tiny teardrop shape. And then just cut it off flat where that line is and stick it on the head and pose the hair accordingly, like so. Next, we're going to go ahead and move on to the orange clay, and I have just a small little bit right here. You don't need a lot for this project. I cannot talk tonight, I'm sorry, y'all. And then I pre-rolled all of the balls I would need, which is these 6 right here. And then I just rolled these all out into log shapes, like so. And then I took my long blade and I just cut them flat on all the ends, and then just stuck them on the body, like so. Easy peasy. I make it sound easy, but it's not that easy. It takes time. Then I took my X-Acto blade and cut the little excess off the top and the bottom of the hands, the hair part, and the leg part so that everything would sit flat. Then I took my crazy glue or Loctite glue, whatever you have, and glued all the pink onto the orange. Next we're moving on to the red, and you're going to need to pre-roll 2 balls. One is for the mouth, which is what I have here. The other one is for the pigtails, like I mentioned in the beginning, even though I forgot to reiterate it again. For the mouthpiece, I just rolled it into a very, very long, thin snake shape and cut the excess off and bent it into the shape of the mouth. You could also use a clay extruder to make sure the line is consistent in shape and size, but I'm lazy and don't always get it out. Next, I just took 2 balls of white clay, and these are going to be for her eyes, and I just plopped them in the eye sockets. Try to make them as even as possible, but sometimes that can be difficult. Next, we're going to go back to the sweet potato color, because I forgot to do the feet earlier too. It takes me several days to do this, so sometimes I forget to do things in between. And I pre-rolled 4 balls of clay. The 2 small ones I went on ahead and stuck on the bottom of the feet, for the soles of her feet. The other ones I rolled in a very small fat teardrop shapes, like so. And then I took my X-Acto blade and I cut both of them in half, and they look just like this. After that, I took my long blade or your X-Acto blade, whatever you have, and cut the bottoms off of all of them. Just lined them up and cut all the bottoms off, just like so. And then I just took 2 for each foot, 2 of the little pointy pieces, and stuck them on each foot so that the flat side's facing outward. Like so. Next, I took my rubbing alcohol and cotton swabs, and you just have to clean this whole dang thing because it's covered in dust and dirt. And this is how many it took, and as you can see, she's nice and glistening and pretty. And then after that, you can take your X-Acto blade and do the texturing on the torso. And you're going to do similar to like you did with the feet, just longer streaks over and over and over again. And then you'll get this texture right here. Next, you're ready to bake. Go ahead and put it on a pan and bake for 350 for 12 minutes in a gas oven, or 9 minutes at 350 for an electric oven. Ignore the bearded dragon. Again, I work on multiple things at once, and it takes me long periods of time. After it's baked and cooled off, get some black acrylic paint and dot on the pupils. And then I got white acrylic paint and dotted on the little glimmers of lights in her eyes. Then I realized I messed up the hair and got my red acrylic paint out and painted the 2 little stick things, her 2 little hairband things, just like that, because I realized I made a oopsie. I made a lot of oopsies, but, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Then I just took my dotting tool and orange paint and very carefully did orange lines on the arms and the legs. After that, I got my green paint and painted the base green, Lord. After that was dry, I glued E6000 to her and stuck her to the base. And then I got my polyacrylic floor varnish, and I glazed her with 2 coats of glaze. And this is the finished product. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to show you like big group pictures of everybody before they all sold. Here's her and the other two, and then you'll see big mass group pictures. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to suggest things for me to do in the future. And also like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a ton. And thank you guys for almost 200 subscribers. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye, my bunnies.